What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again, coming at you with another Summoners War video. And in today's video, we're going to be bringing you guys a fun one for you. As you guys can see, the Europe Cup is right around the corner here, October 7th at, I believe, 2 p.m. CEST. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at this prediction and see if we can get these right now. And the thing that I wanted to do for you today is to get yourself a former SWC competitor for this particular Europe Cup here. He's going to be bringing in the mix, giving us some insight to see if we can get ourselves a perfect prediction here. SEIISHIZO, how are we doing today, sir?
I'm feeling good, but the predictions not so much, because I can give you a slight preview on how well I did for the prelims predictions of Europe.
Yeah.
I had 3 out of the 8. So.
Yeah. And again, if you guys didn't get a chance to watch your predictions, everybody's was all over the place here. But you know what, though? As much as I like to predict it, I love to see a little bit of like shaking. You know, I like to see some upsets. I like to see some dark horses come out of the way. Like those are fun. It is good. Definitely. So now, obviously, we'll just go from left to right here if you want. We'll start out with neft versus luia. Maybe tell us a little bit about the competitors and who do you got going on here for the next one.
So neft and luia is definitely an interesting one. Both of them are complete newcomers. They never played prelims before, and they played prelims. They both made it through on the first time. That's very nice to see. Neft is a player that's playing a lot around his widget, so slightly nerfed on that sense because the widget is nerfed. luia definitely has a very strong Bella. That's one of his key units in there. Neft went in from the first week and luia had to play losers brackets, but I would say that Neft made a very good showcase for him in the first week. And I would give him somewhat of the upper hand on that showcase as well against luia, but I would say luia is definitely still a very strong contender.
Right, so you really can't go wrong either way, but if you were to choose one over the other, you would go neft for the choice.
Yep.
All right. So I will put neft up in there, and again, unfortunately, I don't have any kind of insights to provide to you, but these next two players here, Nicer Smicer, I did get a chance to see him in the preliminaries a little bit. Slaught, I didn't watch all the matches, but you know what, though? Smicer, he put up a good fight.
Yeah, he definitely put up a good fight. He came in with Smicer as well as a unit itself. Had some interesting interactions there, especially with silencing and Vanessa. And then at some point, that Vanessa passive doesn't work because it's not the Oblivion, it's the silence that works against Vanessa. Right. So that was pretty interesting for sure. But on the other side, we have Hanselot. And Hanselot went to a very close best of 5 with Pinkroyd himself. So he did have to play from losers bracket though, but he had a very good showcase in that first week. So this is definitely a very difficult match to predict, but I would give the upper hand to Hanselot because he has the stronger factors in LDs, I would say. Yeah,
and I would kind of like add on to that because anybody that can kind of go toe to toe with Pinkroyd, which in my humble opinion is one of the better players in this lineup. No disrespect to anybody else, but he just brings it every single year, and he's shown it every single year. So I definitely would have him as well. So I'm glad you picked that one because that was yeah, I thought it was kind of an automatic there. So good. All right. Now, Timbo and Livert got a lot of experience watching these guys. I think they play really well around the game here. This one, to me, after looking at some of the matches that I reviewed, I think this one's a little bit harder for me to choose. But again, this is your show. This is SEIISHIZO'S top picks. Let me know what you think about this one.
So definitely a very interesting one. And I also explained that in my video that I did on this. And Timbo last year was mostly chilling and hanging around with Janselot. And then the moment the brackets came, first round, Janselot. This year, he's mostly chilling, hanging around with Livert. First round bracket, Livert. So Timbo always has to be the friend murderer. Let's call it something like that. So that's definitely a difficult. That's both of them don't want to have this matchup. However, them did happen like this. I would give the upper hand to Timbo for the main reason that I know Timbo is very good at preparing. He really is good at analyzing his matches, seeing what's going on, and knowing how to draft against that. He has that Julian in there right now, which is definitely very strong for his comp, but he also has some weird flex picks that I was like, yo, where's your damage? And then he has damage from reflex from like a weird unit that no one picks, the Angela, which was insane. But on the other hand, we have Livert. He plays very clean. He plays very good in his own playstyle, but it is counterable. And if someone has 2-3 weeks to prepare against that, it is definitely doable, and therefore I would give the upper hand to Timbo. However, I would love it for Livert to just completely shake up his draft, do something completely different that people haven't seen from him. And if he does that, it might actually completely take someone off, because I know Timbo likes to prepare a lot, but as myself, I also like to prepare a lot. You can over-prepare.
Sure.
And preparing into someone that's always doing the same thing is relatively easy. Preparing into someone that does suddenly something completely different, might completely throw you off guard, and then you have to play by muscle memory, and that might be more difficult for Timbo. But from what I've seen from Livert, he likes to play in his comfort zone. He still goes for that NFL first pick, still with that segment in there as the counter to speeds. If he keeps going around that, I would say that Timbo definitely has the upper hand on this match.
All right. We're going to put it to Timbo over here, moving into the quarterfinals. Yeah, so next one up here, two competitors, one of which, of course, needs no introduction. Former SWC Euro Cup champion here, Mr. Pinkroyd. I mean, is there any argument here? I mean, I personally, I don't know how I can pick against Pinkroyd.
Simply vote for Pinkroyd, that's the thing. But I will say Tutu is going to be home favorite because Tutu is the only French player we have on this lineup, and we're playing from Paris. Right. So he's going to have the crowd behind him. And as far as I've heard, from all of the European crowds, the French people are the loudest, the craziest, the most enthusiastic.
Yes.
So home favorite might be some of a winning factor for Tutu. However, he's going to have a very difficult match against Pinkroyd. So I would give it to Pinkroyd still.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember going out, I think it was 2019, to the SWC World Finals in Paris. And without question, out of all the events that we went to, I mean, Korea put up a fight when I went there in 2018, but Paris was, they brought the heat when it comes to the excitement, the audience. Like, it was just crazy. Like, I had an absolute blast over there when I went down there. So, okay, now things are going to get a little tougher for you, SEIISHIZO. You got neft and you got hand slaught. Now, we can go back and forth about this. I'm thinking hand slaught on this one. What do you think?
I would, well, to be honest, when we had the 2v2 events at Gamescom, I chilled a lot with neft, very chill guy, and for that reason, like, I gave him the factor of I want him to win, and therefore I chose him. If I would have to look at, like, okay, who has the stronger box, who has the higher opportunity of probably getting through, I would give it a straight up 50-50.
Okay.
So for that reason, my wanting to win someone, I chose for neft. But if you choose Hanselot on this one, that's absolutely a very fair choice.
Okay. Okay. Well, these are your pictures, so we gotta go with the neft then, if we're gonna lock it in now. Timbo and Pinkroyd, even though I lean towards Pinkroyd without question here, I think out of all the matches, if it gets to these two people, I think this is gonna be one of the funner matches that we're gonna enjoy here, considering the depth of these guys' monster box and the level that they play at. So.
Yeah, the thing that definitely gives me the one-up from Pinkroyd's side towards Timbo is because they both share the Julian. However, Timbo only has Julian and has an Alexander and a few others, but the strong one is his Julian. But Pinkroyd also has a Julian, and then a Tian Lang, and then a Jean, and then a bunch of other stuff as well. So, plus all of the experience that he brings from playing multiple finals, definitely would have to give his to Pinkroyd. But Timbo's going to put up a good fight over here for sure, and might maybe take it.
Next one up for the finals, of course, we got neft and Pinkroyd here. Now, again, I'm leaning towards one side here, but humor me here because we just.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same page as this one. I would definitely say that Pinkroyd probably has the upper hand in this match. But what we've also seen, especially from Europe, the moment that it comes to the final, people no longer care about winning. They're already happy going to World Finals, and they're like, "Shit, I'm actually playing a 10 to 5K match. That's actually a lot." And they realize that like weeks later. Right. Me knowing neft, he's going to be that excited to go to World Finals that he's going to throw the whole match. That's just my take on it.
I'm trying to think, who was it? Like, it was a few years back for the Americas.
Ismo did the same thing.
Yeah, Ismo.
Ismo went 3-0 against Pinkroyd in the finals twice in a row, where Pinkroyd plays on muscle memory and he plays well, and the other one plays on muscle memory and is like, I don't care, I'm going to the World Finals.
Right,
so knowing neft a little bit, of course he would like to win, but I feel like Pinkroyd has his nerves under control more than the other players that are just too excited to go to the World Finals.
That's crazy. Yeah. I will put Pinkroyd down. We'll give second place over to neft here. And again, if you guys happen to go this route and get yourself, whatever it is, 10, 12, 15 minutes for at don't thank me. Thank this guy up above over here. So she's taking the time.
And if you don't get any, then I said, like, I was bad at it on the prelims.
Yeah. That's pretty much a Euro Cup thing. If you don't get anything, it's to be expected. Everything gets mixed up. So now let me throw in that like random, like off the cuff question. Out of all the people that you see here, right? Who do you think, if there's ever one to be an upset or like a surprise to kind of come out of the woodworks, out of all the ones that we didn't put to win matches, who's the one that you think would do the most damage and like mess up everybody's thing?
Tutu. If Tutu starts winning, because you can even scroll down a little bit, and when you scroll down, you can see the predictions of pretty much everyone. It's the one at the check predictions. You already scroll above. Yeah, that one.
All
Check
right.
prediction status. If you check that one, you see 22% against 3.
Yeah.
Those are some insane odds right there. And if that 3% takes the 22%, a lot of people are not going to get their scrolls.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember last year, I think when we got to the World Finals, Pinkroyd had over half of the votes to take it down here. It was crazy. Or not World Finals, but Europe Cup, yeah.
Yeah, if you check for finalist qualifier prediction, Pinkroyd is also very high on that one.
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Good deal. Yeah, well, that's it. I guess we'll kind of cut off the video right there. Any last words you want to share with the community with regards to the predictions and the upcoming Europe Cup here this weekend?
No, all I can say is watch the matches, watch the firework, enjoy European Cup afterwards. We have the APAC in Taipei, and then afterwards World Finals as well. So definitely a bunch of good weeks of SWC coming up.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate your all support as always, fam. I'm going to leave a link in the comment section down below for SEIISHIZO, which I think everybody already has you. But if they don't, I'm going to make it a little bit easier for you. Thank you, SEIISHIZO, once again for taking the time to do this. I really do appreciate it, boss.
Yes, no worries, man. Good to have you with all of those videos, and love what you do as well. Definitely give this man some love. If you're not following yet, you're doing something wrong.
You're wrong. You just said that you're wrong. That's going to be it, guys. Thanks again for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Take care.